And so what are you guys going to do today?
I like to get an encouraging word. You know where I can get an encouraging word at?
Wait a minute, y'all. What time is it? Is it 8 o'clock? Is it time for Wade's Word of the Day? It's time for Wade's Word of the Day.
Are you ready for Wade's Word of the Day? It's 8 o'clock. It's time for Wade's Word of the Day.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's Wade's Word of the Day. It's Wade's Word of the Day. Come on, I need you. Come on in the room. I need you to come on in the room. It's Wade's Word of the Day. Ray, you know what we do every night. Give me that quick sound check. Make sure that I'm coming through well, It's Wade's Word of the Day. And it is, in fact, tonight our special MLK edition of Wade's Word of the Day. Liz, I see that you have made your way into the room. Shakira Wade has made her way into the room. Hey, Sky Zook, what's going on? You have made your way into the room as well. All right, they're all coming in. Come on, I need you to do a couple things. I need you to text, tag, and tell somebody. Text, tag, and tell somebody. All right, I'm coming through well. D. Martin, what's going on tonight? Good to see you, good to see you, good to see you. Come on, I need you to tag, text, and tell somebody. Y'all know what we do in this space. Make sure as you come into the space that you're greeting other people, letting them know, hey, that you're happy to be in this space, because in this space we're getting our healing. Keisha Gillum, what's going down? What's happening? Gail Gallen Ellison, we see you tonight. Mason Craig, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, our word tonight is stand. And so, hey, we got some folk coming in who are going to do a little bit of poetry. Maybe somebody might sing tonight. We also have the number if you want to call in tonight and talk to us about why MLK is important to you. My producer is going to put that number up for you in the comments section if you want to call in a little bit later when I open up the phone lines for you to come in and just tell us, hey, why is this meaningful? 30 seconds or so, something like that. And if you really ain't scared, hey, I'm going to throw the link up where you can come in live and holler at your boy tonight. That's what we do in this space, because here it is. Wade's Word of the Day is not simply about you watching me. It's about us communing and having conversation together, because in this space, we don't tear down, we lift up. In this space, we come to encourage. Yeah, that's what we come to do in this space. Matter of fact, those of you who've been hanging out with us a little while, you know what time it is right about now, because I need everybody who's making their way into the space. Yeah, I said everybody. I need everybody to take your finger right now and type this in for your boy. If you don't know what to do, follow somebody in the comment section. Hello. Yeah, hello. That simply means, hey, when we say hello, fearless talk, that simply means, hey, we're showing up in space. We're not encouraging anybody to operate in fear, but to operate in faith. And so when we say hello, we're telling our negative self-talk, nope, you will not win today. We're showing up in spite of you. Matter of fact, when we say hello, we're telling our haters, you can't block us, you can't stop us. No, you cannot stop the purpose and the plan that God would have for our lives. So tonight, can I get everybody just to take your finger and say hello? Yeah, tonight is a good night to say hello. I see you, Jennifer DeWitt. Thank you for coming in the room. Jacqueline Pugh, what's going on? We see you as well. We see everybody. Matter of fact, when we say hello, we tell our fear, you can't win. We're operating in faith, not in fear. And so I'm happy to be in this space tonight for this special edition. Hey, our word tonight is stand. I'm going to talk a little bit about it. I preached on it yesterday. I'm going to talk a little bit more about it today, if y'all don't mind. Then we have a few guests who are going to come in. Y'all know how we do. Let's go ahead and get started like we get started. Somebody said it's Wade's Word of the Day.
Somebody say, hello, feel is home. You know how we do it in this space. We try to get our healing. Hey, it's Wade's word of the day. 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 Wade's word of the day.
Yeah, it's Wade's word of the day. Jennifer, hey, I appreciate you tonight. Thank you for bringing your husband along tonight for our special edition of Wade's word of the day. You know, when we think about Dr. King, I'm reminded, you know, sometimes you got to look back to move forward. But when you look back, you know, look back with purpose, because you don't want to look back in detriment. You don't want to look back at things that try to prevent you from moving where you need to be, from you dreaming what you need to dream, from you occupying what you need to occupy. But when I look back on 1963 and I think about Dr. King's letter from a Birmingham jail, it's critically important that we reflect on that moment, and it really gives us the essence of who Dr. King was. Tonight, I really won't spend a lot of time talking about the dream, because one person said, as it relates to Dr. King's dream, especially when we think about the latter part of his life, I hope that you all will go back and look at all of Dr. King's writings, all of his sermons, not just one speech in one moment in time. And oftentimes we build this counterculture around Dr. King based on that one speech. But Dr. King is deep beyond what happened on that day in Washington, D.C. And so in order to get a full scope of who he was, you really have to look at everything that he spoke about. And that letter that he wrote from jail is an interesting letter because it speaks to our word tonight about the importance of standing. Yeah, here is a man who is in jail. He is in a city and he is trying to do the right thing. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's trying to do the right thing. He is trying to create space and opportunity for everybody, for every individual, not just some individuals. And the local media pens this letter, if you will, talking about why Dr. King should, in fact, leave their city. And it doesn't come from the places and the spaces that you would think that it should come from. It comes from a group of ministers. Yeah, a group of ministers who you would think would be about justice and hope, equity and equality. But these ministers are encouraging Dr. King not to stand up, but to stand down. They are convinced that Dr. King is not doing the right thing. Matter of fact, they are convinced that Dr. King should not only be quiet, but that he should leave their city. See, I've come to the place, and Dr. King teaches us, if you won't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Can I get somebody tonight to take your finger, let your finger do the walking, and just type that in for your boy tonight? Say, I know that's right. Yeah, I know that's right. Yeah, if you won't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. These ministers are convinced that Dr. King should not stand, but that Dr. King should sit down. That Dr. King should be quiet, that he should let well enough alone. And that's 1963. But the reality is, even in 2021, we got some folk who are still issuing those same sentiments. Don't stand up. Yeah, don't stand up, but sit down. Don't fight for that which is right. Don't fight for equity, not just equality, but equity for everybody, but in a real way, just be quiet, let it go. It's not the right time. And Dr. King, right there in that jail, he begins to pen a letter from the jail in the margins of a newspaper that is snuck into the jail to him. And I'm not going to tell you all that he said tonight, but one of the things that rings true is he said this to those ministers. He says, you all are content, if you will, with being taillights. You are focusing on those things which are behind, that we have passed beyond, but we need you to be headlights. We need you to be people who will look out into the future, because that's what headlights do. They look out into what's ahead of you, not what's behind you. And can I say tonight that if you're going to stand, you have to be committed to not just dealing with what's happening today, what's going on today, but you have to be the type of person who can reach out and look out into the future and see something beyond what you see. If I was in church this morning, I might say you call that faith. Yeah, you look out beyond what you can see. Because here is the reality. The reason that Dr. King is able to pen that letter, because even in jail, he does not lose hope. Yeah, hope is an ingredient if you're going to stand. You've got to believe that something is better than this. Is there anybody in the room, tonight, who's picking up what I'm putting down, who would say, I know that's right, Pastor Wade. Yeah, you got to see beyond what you can see, and you got to know that there is hope beyond this. Yeah, there is hope beyond the last 4 years. There is hope beyond the chaos that we saw in DC. There is hope beyond the pandemic and all of the things that we have seen in our world. There is hope beyond that. But if you're going to stand, you have to be able to see beyond what you can see. But not only that, you have to be the type of person who is willing to stand. You have to be willing to stand for something. Because here is the reality. Every person, it does not matter if you're a man or if you're a woman, if you're young, if you're old, if you're rich, if you're poor, if you're black, white, PhD, or GHD. GED, excuse me. I'm coming up with some new letters. GED. You should have something that you stand for. Every person should live for something and possess some basic values, beliefs, and convictions that he or she is willing to die for. At some point, we must be willing to stare down our own personal survival, political survival, cultural survival, and that deceptive creature called compromise, and say, no more. I shall not be moved. Here's the reality. Dr. King, he talked out and he walked out and he lived out his convictions. Dr. King stood for something. And tonight, right here in Wade's Word, are you standing for something? Are you standing for something? Here is the thing. Most of us are afraid to stand because the problem is, the trouble that we have is that most of us are too indecisive and afraid to commit ourselves to a cause or to a course of action. We really don't want trouble. We really don't want trouble with the troubles of this world. So we really don't care about the homeless, and we really don't care about those who have lost their homes due to foreclosure because of pandemic, those who have been furloughed and those who have been laid off, unemployed. We're fighting now to give folk a little extra money on unemployment. And we have some jokers talking about they don't deserve it. We have folk arguing whether or not we should give the citizens of this United States an extra $600 or $2,000 when we have given millions and billions to people who don't live in this country. And you would argue that we don't deserve it. We don't care about what's happening with the bank. Why? Because we got money in it. We don't care about the good working men and women who have lost their jobs due to this economic downturn. Why? Because we have a job. Dr. King lost his life because he went to Memphis fighting for some garbage men. And the question, what are you standing for? Yeah, what are you standing for? And that's what I want you to ask yourself in 2021. What are you standing for? Dr. King stood up, and his legacy is one of standing up, not just about quoting a sermon on Washington. It's not just about taking one day a year of service. It's not just about rhetoric and dialogue, but it's about action. Dr. King dared to stand in the face of adversity. And the question today is, will you stand? Will you take a stand? Because we need more people who are willing to stand, who are willing to get into some good trouble, who are willing to fight the fight of faith, who are willing to stand up for the least of these. Yeah, are you willing to stand? Dr. King asked the question many years ago, what is your blueprint? What, in fact, are you standing for? He said, one's life print, the first thing that one must understand is that you have to understand the principle of somebodyness. That's simply having a deep belief in your own dignity, your own worth, your own somebodyness. Don't allow anybody to make you feel like you are nobody. Always feel that you count. Always feel that you have worth. Always feel that your life has ultimate significance. Yeah, you are somebody, and you have a reason to stand.
Stand. Stand.
Stand.
Stand.
Stand.
Stand.
Stand. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything.
If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything.
Stand tonight. Stand tonight. Listen, I'm excited. Yeah, stand for something tonight. I'm excited to bring my dear friend into the room with me tonight, Etna. Etna is going to come and bless us with a little something. Y'all make her feel welcome as she comes into the room.
How you
No,
doing, Pastor Wade?
what's
How you
going on?
doing,
What's going
Pastor Wade?
on? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Are you
Much
ready
good.
to bless us? Before you get started, man,
Yes.
talk before you get started, Edna. And I am grateful to you. I mean, I got my hands, I'm ready to give you them snaps and all of that stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
What does this day mean for you? What does this day mean for you? What does the legacy of Dr. King mean for you?
It's is way deeper to explain. It could take forever. But it's a lot of, I want to say, a lot of faith. A lot of faith he put into his dream. And honestly, I don't want to say dream because he's, dream, but he saw something and he never gave up. So and it didn't matter what he had to go through. It didn't matter what he went through. He kept going. He did not give up. He don't care. And it's just so much more. It's just even learning now more than what we did know before. Because I was young by the time I knew him. History, they put in the words they want to put it in. But
Yeah,
learning more now as an adult of what he did for us is is deep. It's deep.
yeah, absolutely,
And it's
absolutely,
not just one day.
absolutely.
It's not one day.
Absolutely. All right. I'm seeing in the comments. Just make sure I'm coming through good. Ray, give me a sound check. Just make sure I'm coming through good. That you all can hear me. I know the video was a little low. I'll put it back up on the back end if y'all want to come back and watch the video and everything like that. I know it was a little bit low, but hey, Edna, I'm gonna get out the way and I'm gonna let you do your thing. All right. Go ahead.
All right.
All right.
Let us recap a little about segregation. To the small, dirty water fountains, reading signs, ladies, men, color bathroom separations. Yeah, they said, take that to the back of the bus recourse. Nevertheless, before we got on, it was a ride of their own. Spitting out the window on top of black boy's head while walking to school. Run down books, keep these Negroes uneducated, that was the rule. Lynching to brutal beatings to the setup of prison systems. Afraid of Bloody Sunday, who really was the victims. Walking for voting rights and equal pay. This one, but many souls, put his faith on display. Organized nonviolent marches and boycotts. Put his life on the line, battling and burned down houses, even a gun shop. Never claimed to be a perfect human being. Ministry to degrees, from degrees to ministry. Turn away from evil and do good. Search for peace and maintain it. Chapter 34, verse 14, Songs section. He spoke the word in the power of the Spirit, and that was his protection. God granted the path to his purpose, the dream. All honor to Dr. Martin Luther King.
I need everybody in the room. Y'all know how we do it. I need everybody in the room to throw out them snaps for Edna. Yeah, Edna, as always, you always bless us. You always give us those words to ponder on, to think on. And Edna is dope. Yeah. I appreciate you. I really do. I really do appreciate you. Hey, come on now. If you was feeling that tonight, I need y'all to send up some claps, some snaps. You know how we do on this space. Yeah, just go ahead and send them up tonight for Edna. Edna, you blessed us tonight. You blessed us tonight. You really did. Listen, I put up the link. If you want to pop in and holler at me real quickly and talk, MLK and what you feel. We give you about 30 seconds. My producer is also going to throw the number up there, if you will, 203-903-2216. 203-903-2216 if you want to come in and holler at me and Edna tonight. Yeah, just tell us what MLK means to you, because this space is not just about you hearing me. I want to hear from you. So the link is up. If you want to pop in on the video side, holler at me and Etna tonight. I'll put it up there one more time. You can pop in. Yeah. And if you want to call in, 203-903-2216. Did my producer put that in the comment section yet? Yeah. Yeah. There it is. There it is. Right there. There's a number if you want to call in and holler at Pastor Wade. And just tell us real quickly what MLK means to you. We're going to give you about 30 seconds to do that. Yeah, 30 seconds to do that. Holler at us. Also, if what we're doing here has been a blessing to you, you can certainly help us in the ministry work that we're doing simply by Cash App support, the ministry of LHBC, the ministry of Pastor Wade, $ LHBC 131. I think we got a caller, Edna. Hold on a second. Let me see who's calling.
Okay.
All right, who's calling?
The voicemail, press 2.
Who's calling?
This is Rosemary LaPam from Waterbury.
Rosemary, how are you doing tonight?
Very good. I just want to thank you for doing this. I'm one of the older people watching, I'm sure.
Okay.
I was born in 1957, and I remember Dr. King and the peace that he brought as he walked and talked about Jesus and how he brought people together. And I remember that day in 1968 when I was in the 5th grade, when it came over the intercom that he had been shot. And also when John F. Kennedy was shot, I was in 1st grade. So I watched all this happen, and you had to be there to really feel the love of this man and what he stood for. And he stood, and people fought him, and people tried to beat his voice down, but he didn't stop. He continued, and his legend is going to live on forever for all people.
Yes.
All Americans and all over the world. I want to cry when I think of that. I was there to hear him speak personally. We used to watch him talk, like Billy Graham. You know, they brought people together.
Yes, yes.
They worked together.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for your comments tonight. You blessed us with those words, and
Oh, that was beautiful.
and to have somebody tonight who came in who said, "Hey, I was there. I heard the words live and in color." So that blessed us, and so we appreciate you tonight. Okay.
Okay, God bless.
God bless you as well. God bless you as well. All right, the lines are open. I'm taking about 3 more calls. Come on in and talk to us about what Dr. King, what you think about Dr. King and how he has impacted your life. Again, the number 203-903-2216. You see how Rosemary did it? It's not, don't be scared. Come on in, holler at your boy tonight. That was beautiful tonight, right, Edna? I'm gonna give an opportunity for a couple more people to come in and talk to us and tell us, about the impact that Dr. King had on their life as well.
Yep.
I see everybody in the room. I'm gonna give a few more minutes for that to happen. If it doesn't happen, there it is. It's right there. 203-903-2216. Come on in and holler at Pastor Wade tonight. Tonight is about us. It's not just simply about me. It's about us. And so I want to hear from you. So you can call in if you will. That's what I love about our space, because in our space, we're getting our healing together, Edna. All right. So, hey, I guess we ain't got no more callers. So, hey, I'm going to close this out right here with this video right here, Edna. I'm going to close this out with this. Here we go. Y'all let me know if you're feeling this one. Here we go. Got the wrong one. That happens sometimes. All right, we're looking for some more callers. Let me pull this right one up here real quick. Here we go. Let me pull the right one up real quick. Here we go.
ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will.
Another thing I want to say to you is that hate isn't our weapon either. And I'm not talking now about a weak love. It would be nonsense to urge oppressed people to love their oppressors in an affectionate sense. I'm not talking about that. Too many people confuse the meaning of love when they go criticizing the love ethic. I'm talking about a love that is so strong that it becomes a demanding love. I'm talking about a love that is so strong that it organizes itself into a mass movement. Says somehow, I am my brother's keeper. And he's so wrong that I'm willing to suffer and die if necessary to get him right and to see that he's on the wrong road. There's a little song that we sing in our movement down in the South. I don't know if you've heard it. It has become the theme song. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome. Though I join hands so often with students and others behind jail bars singing, we shall overcome.